get my mic on, mic on. La 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 la. ADHD is HDing these days. Are you ready? I think we're ready. Allo, bonsoir. I'm the Mademoiselle in Sassidizium Chanel. Welcome to another KRIK KRAK video. Now, we're going to be doing two for this one. These are kind of short. I think one of these might be a follow-up. Listen, if y'all don't put the link, I don't know what story it is. I've done so many KRIK KRAKs at this point that, like, yeah, if you're going to do a follow-up or you've written to me before, like, leave the video link so then I could, like, link it for everybody because I'm so serious. Like, I'm not about to go look for it, okay? With that being said, of course, when I say KRIK, you guys comment down below, KRAK. For those of you guys who just like to watch and you don't, like, comment anything, comment KRAK, please. Because it's coming to the point where it's like, bro, what are we doing? You're not liking. You're not subscribing. You're not commenting. We need another plaque. I'd love to get a second plaque by the end of this year. That'd be great, okay? So for these stories, it looks like we're doing psychic dream related stuff. That's what I put as the title. But understand, I never read these before I get on camera. Like, literally, we reacting to this shit together. Also, if you would like to send your story, send them to the email right here on the screen. Please do not send them anywhere else or I'm going to be very, very upset. Like, I cannot stand, like, literally seeing these in my business email. Like, literally, I trash them automatically because following instructions is very important to leading a very effective life. So let's just listen to what Yvana said, okay? So, let's get into it. Hey, girly, it's me again. Thank you for including my story on your channel. You said you'd love to hear more dream stories from me, and I'm here to deliver. So, this is the thing. I don't know who this is, what the story was. Hopefully, I mean, I think I've done a few dream KRIK KRAKs, so I apologize because I'm not about to go find it. I'm not. This is from my dream journal archives from April of 2023. Tonight's dream was fairly interesting. There was this big-ass tree house. All of my family was there. I had the power to levitate. I was flying through different neighborhoods. I took my first right in the neighborhood, and that had a very nice houses. Okay, I think she meant to say a very nice house or just very nice houses. Then we were in a community full of Africans and Afro-Indigenous peoples, kind of like different tribes. It looked like a type of celebration. I believe it was a spiritual type of celebration of some sort of tribal tradition or ritual. They were different sections of different African people, different shades, different clothing. They all came to witness this type of initiation or whatever you want to call it. Even my mother and grandmother was there. Everything was going smoothly. I was dancing and having fun until I heard my alarm go off within my dream. I was then taken by the arm and led through the front of the crowd. The woman who took me smiled at me and signaled a man to begin. Liberations began to be poured and everyone began praying and beating drums. I assumed this was an initiation for me. I told the person that was initiating me that we didn't have a lot of time because my alarm was going off. So she got the staff, which had the house of Eligua on the tip of it. And she placed it on my third eye chakra and it was heated, but I didn't. Okay, I think she meant to say it didn't burn as much as I thought it was going to. But I did feel the heat and saw smoke coming from my third eye. That's absolutely nuts. Then my mother told me that I have to drink the type of liquor that was given to me. So I called out the name of Eligua and basically downed a bottle of tequila. I shouted his name from the top of my lungs and everyone cheered and did that a type of tribal noise, okay? I thought it was going to taste strong, but I barely tasted the alcohol. Then the person that was initiating me was getting ready to perform divination for me and was making a necklace for me to wear. But before I could find out what happens next, I looked to the left and woke up. So this is actually, it sounds like an initiation dream. And it's funny because I had an initiation dream maybe 2 years ago as well. And it's like, I just left it at that. I never cared to look too much into it, but in the back of my mind, it always really like resonates with me like, damn, was I supposed to do something or say something about this dream? But my dream had to do with Simbi. If you don't know, Simbi is a water spirit and takes place in the initiations of, can't remember off the top of my head, but there's different Haitian voodoo initiation spirits for different sectors. So there's one for the Rada, there's one for the Petrol, and then there's one for the Cousins, and there's one for the Ba. Like, it's a lot of different things. And a lot of it depends on your lineage. It depends on who you are. It depends on what your gifts are. It depends on so many different factors that I don't have time to go through today, but this sounds like an initiation dream and you might have been initiated spiritually. So the funny thing about it is, right, I think it's very interesting to think about. Many times spiritual things don't adapt, but I feel like what's going on right now, especially to financial, political, or physical disability, there's a lot of people that are supposed to be mumbles and ogons and buckors or just have some sort of spiritual gifts that cannot go to their homeland to be initiated, that are being initiated in their sleep. Now, the thing is with these types of dreams, you have to understand if it's a dream or if it's a like initiation type of spiritual experience, because obviously, right, if you're watching this video and you go tonight and you have like a dream about something like this, like obviously that's due to the video. That's not an initiation dream. Like initiation dreams are very different. Just like it kind of feels like you are astral projected into another area. Like it feels real. Like I don't even know how to explain it. I might have to do a dedicated video on it. Don't make on it anytime soon, because it's not of importance, in my opinion, right now, to make a video on that. But it's different because like a lot of people mistake like these type of dreams for like being the real thing, when a lot of times it has a lot to do with what you're watching. If you're consuming this type of content all the time, you might have dreams like that because you literally just watched content about it. But a lot of the time, not even, very few times is it like a real one. This actually sounds like it actually might be a real one. Who knows? I really hope your spiritual journey has come a long way from then. After my Simbi dream, I was able to see things a lot more clear. It was very interesting. I think I only told maybe one person. It was my best friend's mom. And she was like, oh shit, like you've been initiated. I was like, don't play. Like, and ever since I'm like, no. I do little stuff here and there, but I'm like, until I go to Haiti, if I wanted to be a voodooist, I'm gonna have to go to Haiti and get the whole shit done. I'm not dibbling, dabbling in nothing that I don't know of, okay? That's why I stick to like little basic things. Like, let me light my candle. But that's also an ancestral thing. Like my family deals with candles. That's our thing. So yeah, this is another one, right? So we're doing two. This one's a little bit longer, but not as long as like a lot of the others we'd be doing. So, hey there, Mademoiselle. I really enjoy your channel. I may not chat much in the comments. I'm a little shy. Y'all need to chat in these damn comments. I love the series of events that I've buried in the back. Whoa, my bad. I have the series of events that I've buried in the back of my mind for a cool minute, and I thought I should share in hopes of reaching someone who can understand whatever's going on. For context, I'm Creole living in California. Interesting. Okay. My family's culture was pretty diluted growing up. Folks like to make money, so acting white over the years, a lot of the culture fait blanchi and IDK where to find guidance. Huh. Okay, that's very interesting. A lot of people's families end up acting like that. It's like, I see this especially in foreign countries. Like a lot of people will move to another country. All of a sudden they want to act white or like have a proximity to whiteness and they forget their culture. It's very disappointing. Getting into the story, I've always tried to be the perfect kid. Really into the Bible, really spiritual, really obedient. I never told my family this, but I believe that most spirits were real, sometimes regardless of religion. I've always had a love for the darker and misunderstood things, but I kept it to myself. I would do things like try to summon Bloody Mary when I was 5 or 6, and my late big brother got me into Chucky. But as I got older, I focused more on my Christianity. I think everybody tried to summon Bloody Mary in the mirror before, except for me. Motherfucking kids is crazy. But in turn, like, I think that's a thing that like a lot of kids try to do. I think I might have like tried it and then like I stopped at, what was it? You have to say Bloody Mary in the mirror like 10 times. I forgot what it was, but I know like, I was like, nah, let me stop this nonsense. I was terrified. You know, I should do a video on Bloody Mary and the origins of that because there's a lot that goes into the whole Bloody Mary thing. And Chucky is just Chucky. Don't tell me Chucky's a real spirit thing. I wouldn't be shocked if Chucky was based on some sort of demon. But anyway, I distinctly remember my mom showing me my grandfather's certificate of death before things got bad. I never felt appreciated. And when I cracked, the ashes of my papa ended up lost because of a suicide attempt. I'm so sorry. Like, y'all be going through it. I'll be feeling so bad for y'all, man. It's so sad. Since then, I always felt a weight of presence of him. Several people in my family died simultaneously, including the big brother I mentioned. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for all your losses. 7 people between 1 to 2 months. That's more than my family, and I thought my family was going through it. 7 people in 1 to 2 months is giving black magic unless they all died in the same place. I would always pray about it, but some part of me came to know it wasn't God punishing me. It was a spirit my pow entertained that wanted me to know what's up. I had dreams before of an old man I assumed was God, teaching me words from other languages at a cafe. But this was a new one. Was different. A tall, skinny black figure came to me and told me I knew your grandfather. Why don't you come and dance with me, shit? Chad, I ain't fucking dancing with shit. You see, that's why these spirits don't be playing with me with that shit because they know I'm not doing it. Like, I don't have time. Like, y'all do too much. I panicked and I told him I don't know him. I know Jesus. I even told him I have a boyfriend because he seemed flirty. I'm surprised too. Is this Barrow? It's giving Barrow. Maybe it is. The next morning, my grandma, who I was living with at the time, decided to tell me all about my grandfather. Told me exactly where he was from, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She told me he would make all these weird drawings, vaves, and put little bags of herbs under the bed. Loved to gamble. She told me he was fluent in Creole. Even told me I reminded her of him a little, which is why she was so adamant about inviting me to church each Sunday. That's so funny. Why keep that from me until now? She's really touchy on anything Creole, and since I left, she's grown to be more open about treating her only... Since I left, she's grown to be more open about treating her openly Black grandkids different. You got a lot going on here. Anyway, didn't hear anything from that spirit after that, but I did have another strange encounter. Closer to the present, I was on the bus with my boyfriend. We just left our new place to run some errands, and I was laughing at memes on my phone. This old Black man calls me in a sweet voice and says, "Young lady, are you pregnant?" And I kid you not, he had a roll of money he was about to give me. What, bitch? Where was this at? I want a roll of money. I was pretty shocked, and he almost insisted, saying, "I think you're pregnant." With the energy he was giving off, it was impossible for me to be disrespectful. He wasn't like, "You better." He was like, "Girl, you might want to take this." Almost felt like it was out of love. Nonetheless, I was like, "No, sir, I'm not pregnant. It's okay." And he calmly says, "Okay," and puts the money away. Not long after that, after a lot of eventful stuff, I found out I was pregnant. I prayed because I had a lot of decisions on my hands and then lost the baby. Oh, wow. You have a lot of heartache in your life. Like, this is actually really sad. I'm so sorry. I never cried so much. I just want to know what the right thing to do from here is. What is there to do? You just live your life. You pray, you cleanse, you try for another baby if that's what you want. Like, I don't know, child. I'll let the story close off here, but something leads me to believe that a spirit my grandfather knew are now being passed on to me. I can't help but feel it's either Papa Legba, Baron Samdi, Dambala, or all three. But I could be wrong. I still really love the word of God, but because of a mistake, I'm pretty sure I have Loa's attention and it's just my life now. First of all, thank you for sharing, and I'm sorry you even had to go through all of that. Like, that all seemed like a lot. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, I was just like, yeah, that's a lot. In terms of spirits being passed down, that is a very real thing. So sometimes spirits are passed down like linearly, like, you know, you'll get your mom or your dad's spirits, but sometimes spirits skip and they find who they favor. Either they favor the person because of who they are, or they favor them because of their spiritual makeup or their genetic makeup. There's a lot of things that go into it. But sometimes, because it's happened in my family too, sometimes it'll skip the family, like the direct line, and it'll go to like a cousin or a grandfather or a granddaughter or aunt and uncle. It's very interesting. Spirits pick and choose who it is that they want to serve them. You cannot pick a spirit. You cannot sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm going to leave out some candy for Momo Birgi in hope she comes," or whatever. Like, that's not how this goes. Like, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, "Oh, I like the spirit, let me serve them." No, the spirit has to choose you. And it goes the same for the spirits in your family. There are people out there that are part of very spiritual families and the spirits never come to them. There's plenty of reasons probably why that we will probably never know. And some people actually get really hurt over this and like start stressing and start doing extra shit to get spirits' attention, which you should never do. That's another story for another time. I have a couple stories like that, but it's like, hey, you could have just been chosen. You know, they probably came down to you. They're probably trying to just, you know, show you that they're there. But thank you so much for sharing. This one actually, I think, was pretty old too, which let me just tell you, I'm trying to get through the old ones for real, because I'm just like, I don't know how like all those messages ended up in my backlog and I never seen them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, leave your comments down below. And if you have your own story, please send them right here. Do not send them to my business email or my DM because I will trash them. Shout outs to those of you guys who are on their membership. Thank you guys so very much. I share private video stories on there, so make sure you guys join. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all next time.